Hey everyone, it's Yvonne Emil Elizondo from Silver Moon Astrology and Transpersonal Counseling, and Merry Christmas Eve. Yep, Christmas Eve. Today is the 24th, and happy post-winter solstice. That happened a few days ago, but I didn't have a chance to, chime in and say happy winter solstice, and so it is officially Capricorn season. That's right. That intensity of that winter solstice, right, is just about, we are officially in winter. It's internalization, it's reflection time, but that is not the purpose of my video. I am here to share with you the significance of what is happening today astrologically and the energy that we can expect moving forward. So I usually don't share a whole bunch about my personal chart. I do share bits and pieces here and there, you know what I mean, about Capricorn and this and that, but I don't really ever really truly share what's going on in my chart. And I thought that today would be a perfect opportunity to show you how the astrology can manifest individually in people's charts. Okay. I have to tell you, I got run over by the bus the last few days. Okay. And it is because of this transit that's actually happening today, Christmas Eve, and it is that Venus retrograde coming together in a conjunction with Pluto. So I'm going to show you the chart. I'm going to give you an explanation of what those energies mean, how they could potentially be manifesting for you. And then I'll give you an example of how that's manifesting for me in my chart. And then I will give you an outlook of how this energy, how long this energy could potentially last. So again, please remember that the planets don't cause anything to happen necessarily, but they are indicators of stuff that needs to be either psychologically, subconsciously, spiritually, emotionally processed. And that's really, from my perspective, what life is about, right? It's about all of living. It's about living and experiencing life, and astrology can be a great guidepost for helping us recognize the times that we are getting run over by the bus, but also the happy times that are coming your way, and the ease and flow. Unfortunately, this is not one of those times that I would say we are going to have some really good ease and flow in the astrology today. In fact, I anticipate family drama, relationship issues, overspending. Yeah, so let's take a look. So I'm going to show you the chart, and bear with me because my computer did an update, and it just drives me insane when computer does update and then I have to relearn everything that I had previously learned. But let's open the chart. There we go. Okay, so this is the chart for today, for Christmas Eve. And I cast it about a little over an hour ago, so it's still relatively fresh. Nothing really has changed except the moon might have moved a little bit here and there, but let me show this. Okay, here we go. So what we are looking at today is not so much the moon, which does have a significant impact on Christmas Eve, and we can get back to that a little bit later, maybe. But what we're really looking at here is Venus retrograde conjunct hanging out with Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so that is, that's the energy that we're going to be working with. And the other aspect to this is that it is closely conjunct Mercury, the mind, thinking, in my case, overthinking. So this is the energy that we're working with. So let me just give you an idea of what Venus retrograde in Capricorn looks like, what Pluto in Capricorn looks like, and how we can put this all together regarding, maybe that mental capacity, that communicative capacity. So Venus in Capricorn, Venus is about love, it's about connection, it's about aesthetics, beauty. It also represents the things that we value. It represents money. It represents all the good stuff that we like to feel. Individually, it could represent how you connect in a relationship. It could represent your partner or those things that you really enjoy or that you value, as I previously said. On a larger scale, it could represent the economic system, okay, because the economy is mostly funded by money, resources, and those things that we value as consumers. And so that's really the larger essence of Venus in regards to the collective. Individually, it's a micro representation of that, so to speak. So Venus in Capricorn, Venus is about out and flow and ease and just love and goodness. And Capricorn is earth, hard earth, winter earth, deep winter rooted earth. And so Venus has a more difficult time sometimes in Capricorn. It's not that it doesn't, that it does really bad. That's not it. It's just that it's probably going to be a more practical Venus. You're going to, probably show love through acts of service or helping others. I mean, Capricorns will help you accomplish the goal no matter what. We are definitely good at that. Affection and connection, we're friendly, but sometimes we're not all that tuned into the touchy-feely, because again, Capricorn is that winter earth, that cold winter earth. I didn't say Capricorns were cold. I just want to make sure sometimes. But anyhow, so Venus has a bit of a more difficult time. It's stressed in Capricorn. It's really practical. It feels like it's in a box, like there's a practicality, there's a structure to how Venus connects. And Venus is usually free-flowing. That's where she feels more comfortable. And in Capricorn, she's restrained to some extent. Sometimes it's self-restrainment, and sometimes it's because of her environment or the people around her, her partnerships, or restraint of money, right? Maybe not having enough money, or the belief that you don't have enough money, which is what really got me this morning. Anyhow, so when a planet is retrograde, it doesn't function correctly, right? There's an internalization that happens, okay? But there's also things from the past that show up. So anytime a planet is retrograde, what it's asking us to do is to revisit, internalize, go within, do the self-reflection, revisit some past themes. So here's where it gets interesting. Right now, Venus is retrograde through Capricorn until the end of January. So it is going to be about pulling a lot of that internal stuff. Relationship could have potential issues, stuff from the past. You could have an ex-partner show up, or issues from, your relationship in the past that you thought had been settled. They're not quite settled. There could be a lot of family drama. Christmas time. What a better time to have family drama than Christmas time. Issues from before, issues regarding money, overspending, control over money, or control over partnership. Maybe recognizing that you don't have enough resources, or you may feel like you don't have enough resources. That essence of comfort is just something that right now is probably not easily tapped into for a lot of people, especially those that have Venus in Capricorn or are in the cardinal signs. The cardinal signs would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So those of you that have either your rising sun or moon in those signs, you may be feeling this a little bit more. And that's why I'm using my chart today as an example, because mine is crazy. So that is Venus. So what does Pluto represent? Pluto in Capricorn is about power, control. It could become obsessive. It could become, manipulative. I'm not necessarily saying that Capricorns are manipulators, but we know how to work things to get what we want. And sometimes that works really well in our favor, and sometimes it just, doesn't. But that Pluto in Capricorn, there's an intensity. It's going to make things really intense, and it's going to be about power and control. And when the two come together, okay, what happens is that Pluto instigates Venus's fears. So Pluto comes in, creates, he's Hades. He's the lord of the underworld. The lord of the underworld is not very nice. He is tough, right? And so when Pluto comes along and connects with Venus, who's already internalizing a lot of this, who's already having to pull from, reconcile stuff from the past, there's going to be fears, there's going to be doubts, there's going to be, issues with control, or feeling like lack of control in situations. And that's why I'm anticipating that today and tomorrow, now this energy wanes, okay, after today, but it's still active. You could potentially see some of the issues that I mentioned earlier about relationship issues, money issues, maybe not enough resources in the belief system, and so forth. So I showed you the chart, okay, of where that is. Now let me show you the chart and how it is affecting me, because I'm typically, be a bit emotional. Like people that know me, they're like, okay, yeah, you can be a bit emotional. All right. But this transit has kicked my butt. I slept but like 2 hours last night. And as you can tell, I have the dark circles under my eyes. I was so anxious, and I'm going to share with you how this is manifesting in my chart. So here we go. Okay, so this is my chart, and this is the transits of my chart, right? So here we go. So here, currently, here we have that Venus retrograde conjunct Pluto today, okay? And this is cast actually like 3 minutes before I started this video. Now watch what's happening. This Venus retrograde with Pluto is sitting almost on top of my natal Mercury retrograde. We talked about Mercury being the mind, you know, the communication process, but it's also sitting very close to this line here, which is called the midheaven. So all of this, okay, is happening in my ninth house of belief systems. Okay, so all of this is being somewhat activated. So there's a pretty it's a tough one for me. It's a tough one for me. So here's how this is going to manifest. That ninth house is about belief systems. It's about your philosophical perspectives, religious perspectives, spiritual perspectives. It represents long distance travel, because if we don't, and I'm not going to go into that one, but anyhow, so represent your philosophical perspective. Now, if I put it all together, I'm going to give you the example. Some of you may have seen that I purchased a really beautiful GT Mustang, and I love it. I love it. It growls and it's beautiful, but I went home last night and I could not sleep, because all of a sudden I realized that I now have a loan. If you know anything about GT Mustangs, you know that it's a loan, right? And so there are payments, and it's not that I'm not able to make the payments, and it's not that I can't pay this loan off or carry this loan, but here's how this energy showed up for me. And it was a doozy, okay? It brought up belief issues, past belief issues about money and resources and Capricorn. That Capricorn energy, and when Venus is there, she does not feel she has enough resources. And it's not like, oh, give me more, give me more, give me more. It is a, I don't have enough. So when you put those all together, you have that Capricorn energy, okay, that says in the ninth house, that says you don't have enough resources to really fulfill this loan. Okay, and then Pluto comes in and says, ooh, let's just sprinkle a lot of fear and a lot of doubt and a lot of anxiety over the decision that you just made. And then Venus retrograde represents money, amongst other things, and those things that we value. And if you know me, I love my Mustangs. Okay, this is my 7th one, so I love my Mustangs. But you put all of that together, and it was like, it was just combustible. Okay, I had not experienced anxiety like this in quite a few years. My poor friend Julie, I love her. Energetically, she sent me some good love, and she sent me some positive thoughts, and she talked me away from the ledge. But I was having a emotional moments for a couple of hours, because the anxiety got the best of me. And this is the perfect example of how the astrology can show us the potential cycles that we are dealing with. Venus retrograde and Pluto didn't cause me to have an emotional breakdown and have the anxiety and all of a sudden go, oh shoot, what did I just do? It showed me that there's stuff from the past that is still lingering here that makes me feel like maybe I don't necessarily have enough resources when I actually do. Now, in my chart, I have Venus natally in my chart. So there's that long, in the ninth house, there's that long lasting story that has always been a part of who I am that says you don't have enough, you're not going to have enough, you're not going to be able to do this, because that's Capricorn energy, and that's Capricorn and Venus. So I'm better. I'm not crying anymore. Yay. And I'm really enjoying my car now, because yay, right? But this is the energy that we are potentially dealing with. I have another friend who just contacted me, and she is going through some stuff that relational stuff. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the ins and outs of it, but relational stuff. Now, here is how this works. Venus connected with Pluto in Capricorn the first time around December 10th, if I remember correctly. So around the beginning of the second week of December. So the theme of whatever happened around the beginning of December is probably going to be reignited, revisited today, tomorrow, and the next few days, because as Venus was moving across Pluto, that was the beginning of December, she stations, and now she's moving retrograde, and today she hits that second point with Pluto reactivating, okay, whatever it was that started the theme anyways, that started at the beginning of December, and then she's going to retrograde all the way back until January 30th, 31st, around there. And then she starts to move direct again. And so then we have the third hit with Pluto, but this time she's moving direct, the third hit with Pluto, okay, at March 3rd. Okay, so let me show you the chart for the March, which am I going to show you? No, I'm going to show you the chart for 2024, yes, March the 3rd. And this one includes, nope, I'm trying to figure out which chart I'm going to show you because, I can't figure it out because it's just one of those days. Okay, so this is the chart of March 3rd, okay, just without my chart. This is just the energy. And I will do an update as we get closer to March 3rd. But I just wanted to give you all an idea of what this is potentially going to look like, because this energy is what we're going to be dealing with probably until the end of April. So March 3rd, here is Venus in Capricorn, here is Pluto in Capricorn, and look who is sitting right between them, Mars. Mars in Capricorn, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It is super strong. Now, these three energies, okay, the goddess of love, right here, the god of war, right here, and the god of the underworld, right here. I would stay home. I'm staying home that day, but I would stay home that day. So Venus is not going to be genuinely happy until after April, to be quite honest with you, because after the 3rd of March, where she connects with Pluto and Mars, okay, after that, she moves beyond Mars and Pluto, but then she's going to come towards Saturn. So then she's going to be sandwiched between Pluto, Mars, and Saturn, the two malefics, Pluto, that lord of the underworld. And so she's going to feel restrained, like she's not going to be able to go anywhere. So that Venus part of you, how it's manifesting in your life, could be relationship, could be money, could be aesthetics, could be resources, could be comfort, okay, anything of that nature could definitely, you can feel the stress. You can feel the stress because Venus is going to feel the stress. There's no other way to put it. You're going to feel the stress probably until about, April. And we also see that the potential for that economically, because the US is having their Pluto return. The chart of the US, yes, countries have natal charts too, okay? Dogs have natal charts too, organizations have natal charts too. But anyhow, so the US this year is, and I'll do another video on that separately. But for now, let's come back to this Venus-Pluto that's creating havoc in my chart. So now let me show you, okay, I'm going to show you the chart for the witchy woman, because that's what I call myself. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm hoping this is the right one. Yes, let me show you the chart for me at the end of, what do you say? March, okay, when this energy starts to move away. And again, I'm just trying to give you an idea. Let me turn my phone off. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you can use the astrology and how it can manifest. And you can see, like, you probably shouldn't leave the house that day. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have this, again, this is my chart, witchy woman. Okay, and this is for March the 3rd. Again, we're just using an example. I mentioned that Venus, Mars, and Pluto were going to be in Capricorn on that day. look at where it sits on my chart. On my chart, that conjunction of those 3 planets happens at the very sensitive point of my most public place in my chart, okay, the midheaven, and it is sitting right on top of my natal Mercury retrograde. I am staying home that day. There is no way in heck that I am going to leave. Nope, not leaving. I'm going to stay there. We also will have this Mercury and Saturn. I'm going to tell you about that. Oh my goodness. And then we have all of this right here. Okay, the moon and the sun to some extent opposing my natal Pluto. You won't see me. You will not see me. You probably won't see me that week. I'm going to take like vacation days that week and just stay home and under the covers because I can see this coming. So the theme that started at the beginning of December for me was the issue with my blueberry, my blue Mustang that I absolutely love. And it became a resource issue and then became a financial issue. And the theme started at the beginning of December where I thought I have to get a new car because something's going on with this one. We can't figure it out. The warranty is going to expire. You know, what do I do here? And so I thought that by looking at my chart, and if I said, yep, let's sell or trade in the Mustang, the blueberry, I was going to avoid some of these issues. No. It was like the catalyst for these issues, because what ended up happening was that, as I mentioned, in the middle of the night, I'm thinking I don't have enough resources. I just got myself into a new car loan, and all of the anxiety and all of the fear from the past not having enough just came up and reared its ugly head. I'm good. I'm a professional. I'm an adult. I'm completely capable of making my car payments, and fulfilling this loan. But this is the stuff that comes up. And this is the stuff that some of you may be experiencing, whether it's in relationship where you're dealing with past issues, control issues, whether it's overspending that happens at Christmas, or feeling like you don't have enough resources right now, or getting yourself into a debt because you want something that you value, right? All of this is the theme that we're working with. And this is a theme that we're probably not going to get out of until about April. So whatever happens here in the next few days, be very mindful, be very cautious of how you're approaching, your relationship with others. Be mindful of your spending if you need to. If you don't, if you got plenty of money, then just spend away, I guess. I don't know. But you want to be very mindful of how you're connecting with the resources, your belief system, your perspective, okay, the fears and the doubts that Pluto naturally brings up, and it's pretty good at doing its job. Just be aware that this theme doesn't have to be settled right at this moment, because this is something that's going to continue. So be patient, be mindful, okay? Love one another as best as you can. Be happy, be merry, be jolly. And if there's family drama, please share so that I know that we are not the only family with family drama. But I love my family. We don't really have family drama. But anyhow, I would love to hear yours. Okay, see, that's so Pluto and Venus, like, ooh, give me the naughty stuff, okay? Anyhow, everybody have a Merry Christmas. Blessed be, take care of each other, and may Santa be as good to you as Santa was to me. All right, everyone, take care. Bye.